Welcome to Arrowmont School of Arts and Crafts. That's right, this week I am in Gatlinburg, Tennessee to do a wood shaping workshop. It's going to be led by Doug Finkel and Robert Lyon. We're just setting up here. It's Sunday. People are just rolling in for this week's workshops. I'm excited. So I'll just give you a little quick look around this little workshop. This is a wood turning area. There are many lathes here. As you can see, I think there's no less than 16 just in this area, and there are some in other areas. So this is just a few examples of the type of things we're going to be making. Really, we're going to have pretty much free reign in deciding what we'd like to do. There are so many beautiful things in here, and yet for some reason I'm really enamored with this clock. I love it.
Hi, my name is Doug Finkel, and I'm a woodworker and a woodworking teacher. I teach a middle school woodworking program at St. Paul's School in Baltimore, Maryland. And I make things out of wood. And I came down here to Arrowmont for a variety of reasons, but in many ways it's kind of like a working vacation in that it's a wonderful place and an opportunity to be with some pretty brilliant colleagues and some talented and motivated students. And this week we explored a variety of techniques of shaping wood and working wood from right from the log, and methods of splitting wood and analyzing the wood and finding the best ways to orient the wood so that we could make a variety of carved things like spoons and spatulas and bowls, and to really understand the biology of wood and why wood works the way it does. And we enjoyed the fact that wood is the structure of wood is very much like a bundle of straws, and so many things depend upon the fact that wood is like a bundle of straws. And while that was a running joke during the course of this week, it was also a really important fact in really understanding the methods of working wood and the design of tools and why wood behaves the way it does.
My name is Robert Lyon, and I am the other half of our wood teaching team for the past week at Arrowmont. I had been a college professor teaching ceramics, glass, and sculpture for 38 years, and 3 years ago I decided to retire and spend my time working on things that I wanted to do. This has led me to a terrific career in woodworking. I've met great people like Doug Finkel here. Our class, just as Doug has described, has been a terrific week.
I have to say, taking this workshop this week has been such a great experience. Bob and Doug were just wonderful people, very knowledgeable. It was great to learn new techniques from such accomplished and distinguished artists. I have to say thanks to them, and also thanks to my wonderful classmates who made it an enjoyable experience as well. Almost everything exceeded my expectations. Arrowmont's facilities were really amazing. You could have any tool you need. The people and staff were friendly and helpful and courteous. The facilities were also very clean. They were organized. Great food. So we started off with a knife project. This was made from a piece of wet persimmon. I just love the color difference between the heartwood and the sapwood. I have to leave it dry for a little while, and then I will final sand it and put some finish on it. I'm sure that'll make this color pop even more. The second project we started was a spoon. Now this spoon I did not intend to be functional. I just wanted it to be sculptural, have some smooth curves and flowing lines. Again, this is a wet piece of wood. I think it's cherry. We weren't exactly sure. But again, it's wet wood, and I need to final sand it once it dries and then put some finish on it. The third thing I made was this letter opener made from oak, a piece of wet oak. I put it in the microwave a few times, and water was literally boiling out the end grain. So again, I have to let this dry for a little while longer, final sand it, and then put some finish on. Because it's pretty hard wood, I think I can get a pretty good edge on this. One of my classmates made a persimmon knife as well. He sharpened it enough that he could cut vegetables with it. So the next thing I made was this rolling pin from Curly Maple. And ironically, my wife texted me later in the day and said, I have a colleague that wants to commission a rolling pin from you. And I said, I already got one made from Curly Maple, which is really cool. Unfortunately, it has a check right here, but that's not a big deal. So then I made this bowl out of a piece of poplar. Now this was 16-quarter poplar, which is 4 inches thick, and it had a slight cup in the wood, and that's why the rim is a little warped. I just left the cup in, I didn't touch the rim, and just sanded it smooth after I hollowed it. I just created a simple mortise with a flat bottom. Just really love the color of this wood. So the next thing I tried was this milking stool. Again, it's made from the same curly maple as the rolling pin. I sketched out a bunch of designs and I thought this might be neat to have this cove here that matched, sort of tie these two elements together. And I tried to make the top the same thickness as the legs, just to ensure they had the same visual weight. Really happy with how this came out. So I'm gonna finish sanding it and then put some finish on it. As you can see, the top really has a lot of curl in it as well. I don't know if you can see the color changing, the chatoyance. Once I finished the stool, I had a little bit of time left over, so I made the spatula out of the same oak as the letter opener. Again, it's wet wood, so I turned this section on the lathe and then I cut this out on the bandsaw and then sanded it. Unfortunately, I got a bit of a curve now because it was wet wood and it's drying. So we'll let this dry for a little while longer, finish sanding it, and then put some finish on it. But again, I had a really great time, met some great people, made some new friends. I will certainly consider going back again for another workshop in the future. And if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope you look forward to more projects from Cammy's Garage.
Pretty tight joinery right off the hatchet. I mean, and that's what you don't want to do. You sure you want to hand this to me after I just did that? That was cool, that was tough.